This video is a continuation of part 1 video. So in this video we'll see how we can retrieve this parameter in a lambda function. So in the part 1 video we created this parameter values in the parameter store. Now in this video we're going to read this parameter in the lambda function. So right now I'm in the uh, AWS Lambda service. So click on function here. So I'm going to create a new function. So click a function name, uh, get parameter from parameter store from PS, and yes, the language I'm going to use Python here, and the architecture I'm going to use the default one. Then click on create function here. So once you click on create function, this will give you a default code here. I'm going to replace this code with my code. So this is nothing but I'm using a Boto3 library here, Boto3, and then I'm using this Boto3 client, Boto3.client SSM slash comma. Then I'm using the region here. I'm in US2. Then this is the function I'm going to use, get parameters, then ssm.get parameters, and this is the parameter name which I'm going to retrieve from the parameter store, decryption equal true, so that any encryption column will be decrypted here. Then I'm returning that actual value to the my lambda handler here. So the lambda handler, I'm just calling this. If you go from the beginning, like when this lambda function is called, so it's from the lambda handler, so it's going to call this method get parameter, which in turn going to read this parameter 2 from the parameter store, and which going to return the actual value. So I'm just printing the response here, as well as I'm printing a value here, like that's what is value returned here, so we can see. So now I'm going to deploy this one. Click on deploy, and now I'm going to test this one. So give a event name, retrieve value, parameter store value. So I'm just click on save here. So now it is done. So hopefully this will throw me error because I did not provide any access to the, I did not provide any access for the lambda role to go to parameter store and retrieve those values. So I think that permission I have to give here. Let's give a try here. Click on test. Yeah, it's throw error message saying that uh, access denied exception. So because we did not provide any access for this lambda role to go access from the parameter store, so we got this access denied exception. Now let's go and give access to this lambda role, and let's go into configurations. Click on permissions. Here you could see the role name here. Go to this role, and uh, so here go click on this add permissions, attach policies, click on attach policies. Here check SSM. So it's go as Amazon SSM full access. I'm going to give that one, and I'm going to add permissions. So now the policy is attached to this role. Now let me run this lambda function again. So click on, I'm going to run this, test this again, test. See, now it's showing retrieved parameter store. And if you see the output here, I just give a print here, the actual print value second. So here this value, right, I'm printing here the value is value. That's what you could see, value is 2 here, second. And the first one is the response we printed here. This is the response. When you call this function, first we're going to print this response here, the print response. That's what you could see, this response, this parameter entire value here. followed by at the bottom you'll have this print value. So that's the reason you could see the value of second here. This is the actual value. You stored it in the my parameter. So if you go into parameter 2 and click on show, you will value see a second here. So that's the reason you could see the value output as 2 here, since we are retrieving the value for parameter hyphen 2. So if you see the response here, if you display the response, this is the actual response. So in that way you could see that this is the name is parameter 2, this is secure string, and the value is 2. So that's the reason you could see from the parameters we are taking this value, that and that is what displayed here. From the parameter we're taking a parameter of value, and that is being displayed. Okay, so now you could see from the parameter store we can retrieve the value and we can use that in our function. So this parameter store is very handy, and we can easily retrieve data from easily retrieve the secrets, or like you can configuration data from the parameter store, and you can easily utilize them in our code. So moreover, compared to secrets manager, parameter store is a little bit lesser expensive compared to the secrets manager. So in this way we can easily retrieve the values from parameter store, and we can utilize them in our code. That's pretty much for this video, and thanks for watching.